associate with Pranay Bhakta. So, in the West, we're trying to preach, but we're not Pranay Bhakta. And many of those devotees, they can't come here to meet Pranay Bhakta. So then, what is the worth of our preaching? What is the value of our preaching? What can we do?
Before, I can ask him first, and then we have some answer from Srila Gurudev also. For the same thing. वो बोल रहे हैं कि हम लोगों को जो इन दिनों में कथा सुन रहे हैं आपसे, उससे अच्छे से समझ आता है कि प्रणय भक्तों का संग करना चाहिए, प्रणय भक्तों का ही अनुगत्य करना चाहिए, तभी उसका वास्तविक फल प्राप्त होता है। अभी हम लोग जब विदेश में जाते हैं, अपने गुरुदेव की, गुरुवर्गों की वाणी का प्रचार करते हैं, हम लोग जानते हैं कि हम प्रणय भक्त नहीं आते, क्योंकि सब भी गुरुवर्गों की वाणी वहाँ पर जाते हुए बोलते हैं, और वहाँ पर भी लोगों के लिए, सबके लिए इतना अधिक संभव नहीं है कि सारे वहाँ से उठ करके यहाँ पर आ जाएं, और जहाँ पर भी एक या दो इस जगत में प्रणय भक्त हैं, उनके पास में जा कर के वो बैठें और हरि कथा कीर्तन इत्यादि का अनुशीलन करें। तो ऐसी स्थिति में जो हम लोग गुरुवर्गों की वाणी को ले जा कर के वहाँ प्रचार करते हैं, उसका कोई मूल्य है या नहीं?
इसलिए पहले तो ABC करता है, ABC ना करने से क्या वो अच्छा किताब जा सकता है? तो ये जो ABC करता है, इसमें कुछ फायदा नहीं, फायदा है कि नहीं? इसमें भी जो टीचर है, उनका पास जो विद्या है उतना तक देगा, उससे वो जहाँ पर आगे जाएगा, आगे जाने से कि वो पूरे त्याग कर दिया।
जैसे क्लास में आप बोलते हैं कि
अभी प्राइमरी स्कूल में पढ़ा, जाकर के हायर स्कूल में भर्ती हुआ, तो इनको छोड़ करके उनको पास गया, छोड़ दिया, विद्या को तो छोड़ा नहीं, उससे आगे जाके कॉलेज में गया, कभी बदला, यूनिवर्सिटी में बदला, उसने सब सब्जेक्ट छोड़ दिया, एक ही सब्जेक्ट रखा, तो जो रखा एक, तो बाकी जो पढ़ाई किया था क्या
वेस्ट किया,
उन्होंने उसका नेगलेक्ट कर दिया। तो इसी में भी जितना जितना होगा, उसी में भी सॉन्ग हमको मिलेगा, इसे कोई बिगड़ता नहीं। ये समझना बड़ा कठिन, गुरु होने से उनका कोई त्याग नहीं कर सकता, और शिष्य होने से ये कभी गुरु को छोड़ नहीं सकता। एक बताता है शास्त्रों में,
वृंदावन दास ठाकुर वाला,
कौन है गुरु, कौन धन्य है जो यदि दुर्दैवे सेवक यदि जाय अन्य स्थाने, से प्रभु धन्य जे कैसे जोरी आने। अच्छा, सेवक कौन है? वो है जो ना छाड़े प्रभुर चरण, वो से ये दोनों तरफ ये देखने को मिलता है, लेकिन हम लोग उनका हजम होगा नहीं, ये सुनने से हजम होगा। ऐसा सब शास्त्र में देखने को मिलता है। जैसे रूप गोस्वामी का लीला स्मरण बंद हो गया, लीला स्मरण हो रहा था, लेकिन कोई खंडो वैष्णव आया, उन्होंने ऐसे ब्रजलीला में देखते हैं कृष्ण भगवान वो फूल का डाल को दबा रहा है और गोपियाँ उससे फूल तोड़ रही, कृष्ण इसको छोड़ दिया तो गोपियाँ उसमें गिर गया। इसी प्रसंग को देखकर रूप गोस्वामी हंस पड़े, ये क्या विचित्र लीला थी। वो वैष्णव समझा कि रूप गोस्वामी मुझे देखकर हंसा, उनका दुख हुआ, लीला स्मरण। सनातन गोस्वामी से पूछा क्यों बंद हुआ, तो उन्होंने ऐसा तो बात होता है, सबको समझते हैं, रूप गोस्वामी समझता नहीं, ये हम लोगों के लिए देखा जाता। ये होशियार सनातन गोस्वामी से निमक मांगा, कौन आप बता दो।
Srila Maharaj started saying that I think everybody understood the question, what Maharaj was asking. So Srila Maharaj started saying that yes, it is having a value. We cannot say that it is having no value. Like in the school, when a person starts going to the school, at that time teacher, they teach them A, B, C, D. And this student takes some time. He takes even like months even to learn the vocabulary itself, A, B, C, D only. But afterward, when the student is ready to go to the 6th standard or the 8th standard, then he goes to the different school. So if he is going and enrolling himself into the different school, it is not considered.
Different teacher.
And when he is enrolling himself into the different school, then the teachers are different, but still it is not considered that he has given up his guru, the one who is teaching him from 1st to 6th standard or whatsoever. Why? Even though physically they are not together, but this student has never left guru, and the guru has never left the disciple. How come? Srila Maharaj mentions that because A, B, C, D, whatever he has learned from the 1st standard itself will continues in the 6th standard also. It's not that A, B, C, D changes over there. The same thing, the same teaching is going to continue further, but not that changing something. And then when he goes to the higher classes, then again the teacher changes. But the same theme, same subject matter is enhancing, but not that something is changing. When he enters into the university, then also teachers are always changing. Student is going from one school to another school, then college, then university. But whatever he has learned from the very beginning, the same thing is carrying with him, and his teaching is enhancing. So that's why he has never left any guru, any teacher, and teachers also never left him. Why? Because he was a sincere person. That's why their teaching always stayed with him. In this way, guru has also never left him. So in this way, this relationship is always continuous. So a person who is taking care of the kids from the very beginning, that is considered much more superior even sometime. Why? Because even though they are teaching them A, B, C, D, but at that time one has to put so much energy. Afterward, the kid becomes little intelligent and he takes himself different things. At that time, one has to spend so much money, so much time, energy to teach that person. So that's why it's not that it is having no value. It's not that it is having no value. It is having great value. Why? Because Maharaj was mentioning at the end that it is mentioned by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur in Chaitanya Bhagavat, who is considered Guru and who is considered disciple. Guru, if he is a Guru, it is not possible for a disciple to leave him. Does not matter external proximity, whatever it may be. And if a person is a disciple means who accepted discipline, then it is not possible that Guru will ever leave him. Does not matter externally whatsoever may be. For this, he gave Shastric evidence from Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, who is saying that who is a Guru, if his disciple, because of some durday, some misfortune, if he leaves the feet of his Guru, then Guru what he does? that he goes to him and like what you call this?
Drags him.
Drags him by the hair.
Drags him by hair and brings him back. This is Guru. And the disciple, if he who is considered disciple, a person, does not matter how much his Guru can chastise him for real reasons, maybe he has made some mistake, or he may have not made any mistake at all, but still if his Guru chastises him, even kicks him out, but still he never gives up his lotus feet. Like Maharaj gives example sometime of Srila Jiva Goswami Pada, that even though Rupa Goswami asked him that you should go away from here, then even though he started residing at different place, but he was always lamenting for his lotus feet. It was not that thought came in his mind that, oh, I was not doing anything wrong. I was favoring my Guru Padma in front of Vallabhacharya. I was proving his superiority over there. I have done everything right, but why he is chastising me? He is wrong. No, that thought never came in his mind. Why? Because he is a disciple. Srila Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj, at one place he writes that if a Guru is chastising a disciple for no reason, then how a disciple is supposed to take his teaching? He has to take it that even though I have not committed any mistake up to now, but my Gurudev is warning for the future. I may commit some mistake, that's why in advance he is teaching me. And my Guru Maharaj in one of his articles is writing that if a disciple, while he is getting chastisement from his Guru, does not matter reason or no reason, if he is getting chastisement, maybe he is not saying anything from his mouth, but even if in his mind he is thinking that why I have not done something wrong, why he is chastising me, then also he is not considered disciple. So such is the situation. In this way, Srila Maharaj is saying that from the very beginning, if a person is bringing the message of their Guru Vargas to someone, whatever knowledge one is having, if he is sincerely imparting that to somebody, then he is considered teacher and he is right on his path. There is no harm in it. Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, regard to this, he writes in one of his articles that can say like, I was having some disease and I was wandering, going to so many doctors, but my disease was not getting cured. I was suffering a lot, but then I met with a doctor who diagnosed me properly, who gave me the proper medicine, and now I can see that slowly I am recovering. My disease is going away. And at that time, if I meet with a person who is also having the same disease what I was having, then even though I cannot be a doctor, I cannot treat him, but I can do one thing, that I can bring this person, oh, here is a doctor, I was having the same disease, I was going to so many doctors, but I was unable to cure myself. Now I have found one doctor. He is giving me medicine. The way he is asking me to, he has prescribed everything for me. I am trying to follow, and there is ray of hope. My disease is going away. Hope. So you can also come with me. I can take you to the same doctor. So if one person is doing this is not called that he is considering that he is a guru. He is just helping other person and bringing him to a guru. So this is what should be the genuine approach of a disciple. This is what Srila Bhakti Goswami Maharaj was saying.